Welcome to the HUD everyone, I'm Zacharoni, and small New York developer Dang revealed their new first-person project on October 22nd, 2019, which featured a boomerang with supernatural abilities, and not like that one in Ed, Edd n Eddy. Now it's a year and a half later, and the game is ready to be thrown about, and today I'll be your waiter who'll be going through some of the features the game has to offer. So without further ado, please be seated, and here are the toppings on Boomerang X. Okay, let's go straight to the options first, shall we? For starters, we got language. You can change it from English to 9 different languages, including French, Spanish, and also Japanese and Chinese as well. But they will just change the text language, really. Audio, you can alter the volume for master, music, and sound effects. Controller, well, not only you can rebind mouse and keyboard and also edit gamepad controller, as in the controller itself, but you can also decide to have aim assists on, set to light or heavy if you're playing on the controller. Activate lock on, hold flux to use, flux on by default. Motion controls on during flux or always on, or if you're using a flick stick. Gyroscope horizontal axis, either yawn or roll. Also, you can change the inverted axis and vertical and horizontal around if you want to. And also, you can alter the mouse sensitivity and joystick sensitivity, and also the gyroscope sensitivity of horizontal and vertical to your own liking. Anyway, for gameplay, well, basically, first up, the difficulty, well, instead of just easy, medium, or hard, it did give you a list of balance, really, for if you're playing it with a mouse or a controller. Controller rumble, you can turn that on and off. Nearby danger warning. And also, you can activate speedrunner timer, where you can have it continuously or in a single area. Well, you know, single areas you enter. Plus, there are also, you can activate invincibility mode, no shield mode, scatter shot only mode, and also no gravity mode, which I'll get to in shatter shot mode. Well, the shatter shot ability later. And then there's accessibility. Well, basically, you can activate high construction mode, extra availability required enemies, booming change toggle mode, and also you can change the shield color, and also require enemy color, and also the weak points of enemy colors, which again I'll get to that in a minute. So it's basically ideal for probably just for color blindness I said. And then there's video, which is for the PC players, where you can display it at Windows or full screen. Resolution goes from 6040 to 3840. You can activate mesh details to set to normal or low. Alter the field of view. Activate screen shakiness, V-Sync, and anti-aliases. And also activate performance portal tool. And also, you can alter the UI safety area. So basically, you're going to bring it back and forth if you want to. And also the HUD scaling as well. So that's all default set back. So, that's the options. So, what is Boomerang X? Well, Boomerang X is sort of a first-person action game where you play as a random person who washes ashore on an island, and then along the way he founds let's just say a huge ninja-style weapon, which is actually a boomerang, really. Don't know why I said ninja-style, but it definitely does look like one. And at the start, you were actually asked to pick a save slot, which you can have up to 3 save slots. And as you progress through the game, you basically unlock things as you keep going with the story. And the game presents itself with chapters, and so far the chapters here seem to be presenting itself with 12 chapters, which I'm actually guessing that 13 one is going to be the credit sequence. So anyway, I'm going to jump into a game and, well, jump into a chapter and show you how Boomerang X works. And loading times last around under 5 seconds. So anyway, this is my character here in first person, and this is the boomerang what you'll be wielding in the game. So basically you have two options of firing. First up, you can just throw it like that, and it only goes at a short distance. But if you hold down the fire button, you can charge it up and make it go further away. But if you feel like you want to retrieve it back, then you just press it and then press the other secondary button, trigger, or the mouse button. Well, you know, the right mouse button or the left trigger, and it comes back to you. But if you press the fire button again while the boomerang is still going at a distance, it does this. Yep, you can glide about the battlefield, kind of like Spider-Man, just without the web slinging. Plus, there's also a slow motion ability where if you hold down the fire button, you just press the shift button or shift key or button, and you enter into this slow motion state. Here's another example. Slow motion state. And also, well, if you feel like you're gonna go bursting off, go off the edge too far, by pressing the spacebar or jump button, if you're playing with a controller, you can actually stop at a short distance. So anyway, so what's the objective of this? Well, basically, as you keep entering levels, you enter these arenas where you must defeat the set number of enemies that are throwing at you to proceed to the next level. And the game the arena only starts when you take down that purple gem right there. So allow me to demonstrate. And basically, you're presented with a set number of enemies, but the one you need to go for are the ones highlighted in yellow. Like that one right there. So they're defeated. Also, you might not have noted, I actually hit 2 enemies at once, really, and that's allowed me to do those scatter shots ability. And this one, what I got, allowed me to do a shotgun blast on enemies. But I also unlocked another ability that allowed me to do a quick long range attack if I get 3 enemies at once with the special ability. And that one allowed me to, well, as I said, well, just basically get any enemies that caught in my laser sight. Excuse me. Also, I should say that his health is displayed on the top left there. And that basically represented with shields. And you can refill the shields by going to this platform right here. But at the start of the game, you actually start with 1 shield, but then later on you unlock more shields because of the high number of enemies that are going to be thrown at you. Right now I need to finish. Oh! I think there's one more somewhere. And they're all cleared. So yeah, the boomerang is only your primary weapon in this game. So if you're expecting multiple boomerang types, well, you'll be sadly disappointed. But if you're looking for a quick, fast-paced, well, shooter-like game, then you found it really. But it's not just short space arenas, there's also these big areas, and this utilizes the traversal of the boomerang, where you can you know, teleport from one area to another, or as they like to call it, slingshot you. So right now, up against another set of enemies. One more enemy somewhere. Ah, here you are. So you might be asking yourself, are there different types of enemies in this game besides from these spiders and whatever those flying enemies were? Well, they are really, which I'll get to in a minute. If they'll show up eventually. I think they show up here now. Ah, here we go. Now these big grunts can only be taken down from the gem behind their backs. Like that. Whoop, whoop. They took them out there. I think there's one more somewhere. Ah! There we go. Only a few more to go. Trying to see if I can try and get both of them at the same. There we go. Whoop. Hope there aren't any arachnophobia players out there. I think I'm almost done, just the... nearly done. And that last one, and that taken care of. So basically, just one simple objective, really. Just defeat all the enemies and fetch... made to proceed to the next game, which is probably ideal for speedrunners, really. And also, there is a story in the game, but you're not to really get an in-depth story, unfortunately. So this is the resident known as Tepan, I believe, as they pronounce him. Okay, so let's continue. Obviously, I'm trying to get to the good bit. So let's try and speed things up, shall we? Oh, no, I'm rushing. Sorry, I'm rushing. Let's try that again. There we go. And we are in another short arena. And now, another 7 wave enemies. Also, here's another enemy that is introduced in the game. Well, later on. During this segment, of course. You have the next wave? I know it does. Ah, those guys right there. They're basically kind of like... They're kind of like, well, armadillos, really. Whoops. And they'll basically roll at you unless you take out their weak spot. So there's basically multiple type of enemies with multiple weak spots. Well, I could say that there's another enemy you face later on, but there are also some enemies that will also put projective shields on on their allies. So basically, it's ideal to take those out first before going for the big one. Nearly done with this. Took them out quite easily. Oh yeah, so basically these guys can actually respawn other enemies if you don't take them out quickly. Whoops. Let that activate one of... But to activate an ability by accident. Obviously, I'm trying to concentrate to... Oh, is there one enemy missing? Ah. Nearly done. Oops. Whew. And that's all of them cleared. Oop. And now this is where the area will get... There are going to be some more areas with more traversal like this, really. In fact, I think I'll do this one and we'll call it a day, really. And this one is a 5-waver. Oh. That's the first one done. So basically you need to keep an eye out for the yellow glowing bit. And you'll actually know how many enemies are left that is displayed on the top right corner there. Oop. That sneaky little devil obviously trying to get away from me. And now we face in more enemies in one wave. Oops. Activate the wrong ability by accident. Also, oh yeah, I forgot to mention you can actually change abilities by pressing the Q key or another button. And now I think all the enemies are actually on the ground, really, so... Oops. There's one more up there. That one's done. Now we faced another wave. Ah! Now this is one of the bigger enemies in the game. And the only way to take him down is to take down his red exploding parts. And also, he'll actually do a special attack that actually prevent me from going upwards. Oops. Enemy took a hit out of me. Oh, I think I got rid of all the other bits, so it... Take out that one. Now it's just the... Oops. Just 2 more enemies left, and they're right over there. Just one more, and it's this guy again. Oh, can I go again? Oh, no, that's a bad idea. Basically... Also, you can recover health just by standing on here, like I said, but you have to wait for it to fully charge in order to let it give you the shield protection. And right now I can't get up There, well, that cloud storm is up there. Up, now I can. And that one taken care of. That means only the other remain, like that one. And now I just need to find two more. Oh, one right there. And the last one right down there. And we'll just take it out with a laser strike. And always remember, once you complete the room, your next objective is right here. So, Boomerang X will cost you £16.79. That required 10 gigabytes of storage. That comes with 55 achievements. While on Nintendo Switch, it will cost you £17.99. That requires 1.9 gigabytes of storage. Well, that's some of the features I can talk about right now, but if there are some that I have missed, let me know in the comments, and I hope this will give you an idea of what you'll be getting for your money. Check back with me later, and I'll tell you what I think of Boomerang X and all the other games I've been playing in a completed menu. And if you like what you see, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let's stay in touch my Twitter page, link in description down below. But until then, I'm Zacharoni. Enjoy your pizza, remember to wash your hands, and I'll see you next time.